Good evening, friends. I invite you now to settle in, perhaps a little deeper into your bed, or your favorite chair where the world outside feels far away. Dim your lights. Close your eyes if you feel like it, or let them gently rest on a soft spot in the room. Whatever feels most relaxing to you. Take a deep breath in, slow and steady, and then let it go, allowing your shoulders to soften, your body to relax. The quiet hum of the night is your companion now, and you're in no rush. Let the soft weight of the world slip from your mind, just for tonight, and let the story guide you into something calmer. If this journey helps you unwind, feel free to tap like and subscribe, only if it feels right. But for now, let's begin. Tonight, we're going to float through one of history's greatest mysteries, the story of Atlantis. Imagine a place shimmering under the sun, surrounded by water that sparkles like liquid glass. A civilization so advanced, so powerful, that its legacy lingers in the imaginations of countless people, even after millennia. But what if Atlantis isn't just a fable? What if, hidden somewhere beneath the ocean's surface, a city once flourished and then disappeared? Let me take you back to ancient Greece, to the bustling city of Athens over 2,400 years ago. In the soft glow of the Mediterranean sunlight, where the scent of the sea mingled with the warm air, a philosopher by the name of Plato wrote about a place that seemed too incredible to be real: Atlantis. In his dialogues, Timaeus and Critias, he described the island in great detail, an island beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which we now call the Strait of Gibraltar. Atlantis was said to be vast, with a paradise-like landscape of lush forests, towering mountains, and a grand city built on concentric rings of land and water. But why did Plato tell us about it? Was it just a figment of his imagination? A grand story meant to teach a lesson? Or was Atlantis something more? Plato's story tells us that Atlantis was a rich and mighty civilization, advanced beyond its time, with technology, architecture, and a society far more sophisticated than the Greeks had ever known. He wrote of great kings who ruled the island, of a city made of gleaming metal and stone, with temples dedicated to the gods. It was a place where wisdom and power seemed to coexist perfectly. But as with all things that seemed too perfect, there was a dark twist. The gods, angry at the growing arrogance and greed of the Atlanteans, sent a cataclysm that swallowed the entire island. Plato's description leaves us with an image of something so grand, so beautiful, that it almost feels unreal. And yet, what if it was? What if there, in the depths of the ocean, just beyond our reach, Atlantis truly existed? Let me ask you, have you ever thought about the way the ocean looks at night? When the moon is full and the waves reflect the stars, the sea seems almost timeless, quiet. The gentle waves whisper secrets that the earth has kept for ages. That's how I imagine it. This city of Atlantis, resting beneath the surface, waiting for the world to rediscover it. But how could something so immense vanish without a trace? How could a city built by such a great civilization, with its advanced knowledge and grand architecture, simply disappear? Perhaps we're missing something. After all, Plato's story is a puzzle wrapped in layers of meaning and mystery. Was it simply a cautionary tale, a warning about the dangers of pride and greed? Plato often used allegories, stories meant to reflect deeper truths about humanity. Could Atlantis have been more of a metaphor, a symbol of a fallen society rather than a literal place? Let's explore this together. We'll take a walk through history and perhaps uncover something that has slipped between the cracks of time. Plato spoke of Atlantis as a place of unparalleled wealth. The people there were said to possess incredible technology, a combination of knowledge and craftsmanship that was beyond anything the ancient world had ever seen. It was a place of harmony, where the leaders governed wisely and the people lived in peace and prosperity. The city was said to be surrounded by great walls and moats, and within the center of the city was a grand temple dedicated to Poseidon, the god of the sea. This temple was said to be covered in pure gold, its walls decorated with intricate carvings. Can you imagine what it must have been like to walk through those streets? The soft click of sandals on stone, the rich scents of fresh bread and herbs drifting from the marketplace, the sound of children laughing in the distance, playing beneath the shade of palm trees. Atlantis was described as a paradise, a place where beauty, intellect, and harmony all flourished together. But like all great stories, there was a twist. Plato's tale tells us that the Atlanteans became corrupted. Over time, the once noble rulers of Atlantis grew selfish and reckless. They began to take their power for granted, forgetting the wisdom that had once guided them. They sought even greater riches, expanding their empire until it reached beyond the sea, and in doing so, they angered the gods. Plato's account is vivid, but what does it mean for us today? What is the lesson here? Could it be that Plato was warning us not just about the dangers of unchecked power, but also about the fragile nature of greatness? About how civilizations, no matter how mighty, are vulnerable to the passage of time and the corruption of their own ideals? As we contemplate this, let's think about what's happening today, right now, in the world around us. Great cities rise and fall. Empires are built and destroyed, and yet the stories of Atlantis persist. Why? Perhaps it's because we all have something in common with those ancient Atlanteans, a longing for something greater, a search for wisdom, for knowledge, and for beauty in a world that sometimes feels uncertain. Atlantis isn't just a story of a city lost in the sea. It's a story about the dream of what might be possible if only we can hold on to the things that matter most. Now, let's turn our thoughts for a moment to the idea that Atlantis might not have been an allegory at all. What if it were real? What if the city that Plato described truly existed somewhere beneath the waves? Over the centuries, many have searched for Atlantis, hoping to uncover its secrets. Some believe that it might have been located in the Mediterranean, near the island of Crete. Others suggest that it could be in the Caribbean, or perhaps off the coast of South America. The search for Atlantis has taken many forms, some logical, some a bit more imaginative. But what if the truth is somewhere between? Imagine standing at the edge of the sea, the cool wind brushing against your face, and gazing out into the vast, dark horizon. Perhaps Atlantis is out there, hidden in plain sight, its secrets lying just below the surface, waiting for the right moment to be discovered. What is it about the ocean that draws us in so? Its endless expanse, its mystery, the quiet promise of things lost to time. Perhaps we all have a little bit of the Atlantean spirit within us, the desire to explore, to discover, and to understand. It's no wonder that the myth of Atlantis continues to captivate our hearts and minds. And as we leave that warm tavern, the firelight flickering behind us, think for a moment about what it must have been like for those ancient thinkers and dreamers, sitting in the soft glow of candlelight, imagining a world so grand, so full of wonder. Now, as the story begins to fade, let your thoughts drift into the quiet of the night and think about the cities we've built and those we've yet to discover, both within ourselves and in the world around us. Good evening again, friends. Let the soft embrace of this peaceful night wrap around you like a warm blanket. As you settle in, perhaps the faint sounds of the world outside are beginning to blur, and all that remains is the soft rhythm of your breath, slow and steady. Dim your lights, find that quiet spot, and let your body soften into the comfort of your surroundings. You're not in a rush, and there's nowhere else to be but here, with the story, with the gentle lull of the night. Take a deep, calming breath in, and let it go, releasing the last bits of tension. In this moment, there's nothing to do but listen. If you're enjoying this peaceful journey, don't hesitate to like and subscribe, but only if it feels right. Now, let's begin again. In the last chapter, We wandered the sunlit streets of ancient Athens and gazed across the waters, dreaming of Atlantis, of a place lost to time, swallowed by the sea, leaving only whispers behind. We imagined the great city, with its towering temples and advanced technology, standing proud before its inevitable fall. But tonight, let's take a moment to reflect on something just as mysterious: the sands of time itself. You see, as we search for Atlantis, we're also touching something deeper: the way civilizations rise, flourish, and fade away. Plato's story of Atlantis isn't just about one place. It's about the natural cycle of human history, the endless ebb and flow of cultures, cities, and ideas. Some last for centuries, some for mere moments, but they all leave traces, like footprints in the sand, slowly eroded by the ocean's waves. Now, imagine, if you will, the quiet beauty of a desert at dusk. The cool breeze brushes against the warm, sandy earth. The sky begins to soften into a wash of purple and orange as the sun dips below the horizon. In the distance, you can see the outline of something, perhaps a forgotten city, long buried beneath the ever-shifting sands. The desert has a way of hiding things, doesn't it? It swallows them up, and over time, they become one with the land. Forgotten places, hidden beneath layers of time, waiting to be rediscovered by those willing to search. One such place is the fabled city of Ubar, often referred to as the Atlantis of the Sands. Ubar was said to be a grand and wealthy city located in the Arabian Peninsula, a center of trade and culture, known for its opulence and lush gardens, surrounded by vast deserts that seemed to stretch on forever. It was a place so beautiful that it was said to have been blessed by the gods. The people of Ubar were said to have built incredible structures, some of which were said to have reached toward the heavens themselves. But, like Atlantis, Ubar too disappeared, vanished without a trace, as though the desert itself had claimed it. The legend of Ubar goes something like this. It was a city of great wealth and excess, a place where people grew rich from the trade of frankincense and other precious goods. The city's leaders, intoxicated by their own power and fortune, became corrupt. They forgot the gods who had blessed them, and in their arrogance, they defied the very forces of nature. And so, as the story goes, the city was swallowed by the desert, its beautiful gardens and grand buildings consumed by the shifting sands. But what is it about these stories that calls to us? Atlantis, Ubar, places lost to time, once filled with promise, now buried beneath the surface. There's something deeply poetic about it, isn't there? The idea that these places, once full of life, are now silent, forgotten by the world, resting beneath layers of earth and water. Yet we continue to search for them. We dream of their rediscovery. We long for the mystery to be solved. And perhaps that's the magic of these lost places. They remind us that time, no matter how vast, will always leave something behind. Whether it's a crumbled ruin, a faded legend, or a forgotten memory, the past is always with us, waiting to be uncovered. In the same way, our own lives are full of moments that seem so important at the time, but which may fade away, only to be remembered by those who come after us. Just as the desert reclaims cities, so too does time reclaim memories. But let's take a moment to consider something else: the role of the storyteller. For stories like Atlantis and Ubar, the storyteller is often the one who breathes life into the past. Without them, these places might simply fade into obscurity, like so many other forgotten civilizations. It's through the telling of these tales that we keep the memory of these places alive. Through stories, we can walk through ancient cities, see their grand walls, hear the sounds of their marketplaces, and feel the weight of their fall, all without ever leaving the comfort of our homes. It's as though we carry these memories with us, tucked away in the corners of our minds. We remember the lessons they teach us, the beauty they hold, and the warning they offer. The rise and fall of civilizations is an eternal cycle, and in a way, each of us is part of that cycle too. We build and create, we rise to greatness, and sometimes, like those ancient cities, we slip into the past, leaving our stories behind for others to find. So let's pause for a moment as we stand on the edge of history and reflect. Imagine walking through the ancient streets of Ubar. the sun sinking low in the sky, casting long shadows over the city. The air is warm, heavy with the scent of frankincense and myrrh carried on the breeze. You can hear the distant murmur of voices, the bustle of the marketplace, the soft clang of metal as artisans work. Everything feels vibrant, full of life, and yet as you walk deeper into the city, you begin to notice the faintest cracks in the walls, the signs of decay that no one seems to notice. Could it be that in their pursuit of wealth, the people of Ubar overlooked the very things that kept their world intact? Could it be that, like the Atlanteans, they grew too proud of their power, too secure in their success, and forgot the lessons of humility? There's something bittersweet in that, don't you think? The idea that, no matter how far we rise, we must always remember where we came from. We must never lose sight of the things that truly matter. And as the sun sets over the sands of Ubar, imagine that slow, quiet fading as the city slips from view, swallowed by the desert. In that moment, you can almost hear the soft whisper of the wind carrying with it the stories of the past. The city is gone, but the story remains, etched into the memory of the world, waiting for someone to listen. Now let's leave that quiet desert where the sands have erased the traces of a once great city and let your mind wander to a place where the stars reflect off the ocean's surface, where the waves gently lap against the shore. The story of Atlantis is far from over. In fact, we've only just begun to unravel the threads of mystery that tie these lost places together. So let your thoughts drift as we move gently into the next chapter of our journey, where we'll dive deeper into the nature of these vanished cities and perhaps uncover a hidden secret or two about their fates. Good evening, friends. As the night settles around you, let's take another deep breath together. Slow, soft, steady. Let your body relax further into the comfort of your bed or your chair. Allow the soft, cool air to surround you, and let the quiet hum of the world outside grow distant. For now, there's nothing to do but listen, to let the story carry you into a peaceful state. If this journey brings you calm, feel free to tap like and subscribe, but only if it feels right, of course. Let the gentle rhythm of the night carry us onward. In the last chapter, we wandered through the shifting sands of time, where the city of Ubar, like Atlantis, vanished beneath the weight of its own hubris, swallowed by the desert's relentless embrace. But tonight, we turn our gaze once more to the sea. The ocean, vast and mysterious, has always held secrets beneath its waves, secrets that both draw us in and keep us at arm's length. Could Atlantis lie somewhere beneath those waves, waiting for us to rediscover it? The story of Atlantis, as Plato told it, was one of great promise, but also of profound loss. A city so beautiful, so advanced, that it seems almost too perfect to be true. But like all things that reach for greatness, Atlantis was struck down. The once mighty civilization was swallowed by the ocean, never to be seen again. Yet even now, thousands of years later, we continue to search for it. What is it about the idea of a lost city hidden beneath the waves that captures our imagination so? Let me take you on a journey beneath the sea, where the water is cool and deep, and the world above is nothing but a distant memory. Imagine yourself drifting slowly downward, the sunlight fading as you sink deeper into the mysterious blue. Around you, the water is quiet, almost peaceful, with only the soft hum of the current to keep you company. The ocean is a vast and ancient place, and beneath its surface lies a world unlike any other. You might imagine, just for a moment, that the city of Atlantis, if it ever existed, is down there, beneath the waves, hidden in plain sight. The buildings, their once shiny surfaces now covered in coral and barnacles, rise from the ocean floor like silent sentinels. The streets, once bustling with life, are now empty. The only sound the gentle ebb and flow of the water. The great temples of Poseidon, their intricate carvings worn smooth by the passage of time, stand like forgotten monuments to a civilization long lost. But there's something hauntingly beautiful about it, isn't there? The idea that this city, with all its grandeur and wisdom, could be waiting, preserved beneath the ocean's surface, untouched by the hands of time. The sea is both a protector and a keeper of secrets. In its depths, it holds the stories of those who came before us, stories we may never fully understand, but which we can feel in our bones, in the very rhythm of the waves. Now, let's step back for a moment and think about something else. The ocean is a place that often seems to hide things, isn't it? Over the centuries, ships have vanished beneath its waters, their crews lost without a trace. Entire islands have sunk beneath the waves, leaving behind only stories. But sometimes, the ocean offers us something else, the faintest hints of what might have been. There are those who believe that Atlantis was not just a myth, but a memory of a real place, a city that existed, then vanished, only to leave behind scattered pieces of its past. Some believe that the traces of Atlantis might be found in the remains of ancient shipwrecks, or in the underwater ruins of lost cities discovered off the coast of modern-day Turkey, the Azores, or the Caribbean. Could it be that Atlantis lies somewhere between the sea's great depths and our own expectations? Perhaps all these years, the ocean has been quietly holding on to these ancient secrets, waiting for us to listen. In fact, there are places that already seem to hold echoes of Atlantis, though we may not recognize them as such. One such place is the ancient city of Yonaguni, located off the coast of Japan. Beneath the waves, at the bottom of the ocean, lies a series of mysterious stone formations that some believe could be the remains of an ancient man-made city. The stones are arranged in terraces and steps, almost like a great pyramid, though no one knows who built them or why. Could this be the vestige of a long-lost civilization? Some scientists believe it to be a natural formation, while others suggest that it might be the remains of a city far older than we could ever imagine. If Yonaguni is indeed the ruins of an ancient city, it raises an intriguing question. If Atlantis was real, could there be more cities like it, scattered around the globe, waiting for us to uncover them? The ocean, with its vast, dark depths, is a place of mystery and wonder. It has always been a barrier, separating the known from the unknown. And yet, over time, we have learned to cross it, first by boat, then by ship, and now, even by submarine. But even with all our technology, there is still so much about the ocean that remains a mystery. We've explored more of the surface of the moon than we have of the deep ocean. There are places down there where the pressure is so great that it crushes everything in its path, and the temperature is so cold that it freezes the very molecules of water. Yet in these dark depths life thrives, strange, luminous creatures that seem like something out of a dream, creatures we may never fully understand. What is it about the ocean that calls to us so deeply? Maybe it's the silence, the sense that it holds answers to questions we haven't even thought to ask. Or maybe it's the idea that beneath its surface, the past is still waiting for us to find it, like a treasure chest hidden in the sand, its contents just beyond our reach. Now, let's return to our own world for a moment. Imagine standing on the edge of a quiet beach, the sand cool beneath your feet. The ocean stretches out before you, vast and unknowable. The sun is setting, painting the sky with shades of pink and orange, and the air is calm, like the world is holding its breath. You look out at the water, and for a brief moment, you might feel that faint tug, the feeling that something is down there, waiting to be found, something ancient, something important. Could it be that the search for Atlantis isn't just about finding a lost city, but about something deeper? A yearning to understand the mysteries of our own past, to uncover the stories that have been forgotten, buried beneath the waves. Atlantis may be more than a physical place. It may be a symbol of the things we've lost, the knowledge we once had, and the things we still long to discover. And as the waves crash softly against the shore, carrying the whispers of the ocean with them, let your mind wander. Let the mystery of Atlantis and of all the lost places beneath the waves guide you into the next chapter of our story. What will we uncover next? What secrets will the deep, dark ocean reveal to us? So, as you drift deeper into the night, imagine the ocean, silent, vast and full of ancient mysteries. And know that, like the search for Atlantis, sometimes the greatest discoveries are not the ones we find, but the ones that find us when we least expect it. As you settle back into the quiet comfort of this moment, let the weight of the world slip from your shoulders. The night is still, and the air around you feels cool and gentle, like a soft breeze brushing through an open window. There's no rush now. Let your body relax completely. Sink deeper into your bed or your favorite chair. You are here, in this moment, and there is nothing to do but listen. Take a slow, deep breath in. Hold it for just a moment, and then let it go. Feel the softness in your chest, the warmth that comes with each exhale. As you breathe, let the sounds of the night become your background, a quiet hum that fades into the distance. If this journey brings you peace, feel free to like and subscribe, but only if it feels right to you. For now, let the story carry us forward, gently and calmly. We've drifted through ancient tales of cities long lost to the sands and the seas, Atlantis, Ubar, and others. But tonight, let's explore something a little different. Let's dive deeper, past the glittering myths and grand stories, to the heartbeat of forgotten worlds. What if, beneath the legends and layers of time, there are hidden truths about those who lived before us? What if the loss of Atlantis isn't just about a city swallowed by the sea, but about something much larger, a shift in the very fabric of time itself? Imagine, if you will, standing on the edge of the Earth's oldest places, where history lies just beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered. Perhaps you're in the quiet desert, where the wind whispers through cracked stones, or on a beach looking out at the ocean that stretches endlessly before you. The air is still, and all around you, the remnants of ancient lives are hidden beneath the ground, beneath the waves, beneath the very fabric of time itself. These places are like memories that we can almost touch, just out of reach, but not quite forgotten. They call to us in whispers, offering glimpses of worlds we may never fully understand. And yet, there's something familiar about them, isn't there? Perhaps it's the feeling that we, too, are part of something ancient, a continuous thread that weaves through the ages. Let me tell you about one such place, the ancient city of Petra. Nestled in the rugged desert mountains of Jordan, Petra was once a thriving center of trade, a place where caravans would stop, bringing goods from across the known world. It was a city carved into the very rock of the land, with intricate tombs and temples that seemed to emerge from the desert itself. Petra, once a beacon of civilization, was abandoned for centuries, left to the dust and silence of the desert. Imagine walking through the narrow, winding passages of Petra, where the stone walls rise on either side like giants, and the air smells of earth and old secrets. The city's greatest treasures, the great treasury and the ancient amphitheaters, stand proudly, carved with the skill of those who lived long before us. Yet, despite its grandeur, Petra was eventually lost to the world, hidden by the shifting sands of time. Why was it abandoned? Some say that the city fell to invaders. Others believe that trade routes shifted, leaving Petra without its lifeblood. But what if it's more than that? What if Petra, like Atlantis, was simply a reminder that all things, even the greatest of civilizations, are bound to fade? A reminder that nothing lasts forever. Not even the most beautiful cities, not even the most powerful empires. As you picture this ancient city in your mind, can you hear the fayi? Not echoes of the past, the soft hum of life, of voices carried on the wind, of footsteps echoing against the stone. It's as if the very walls of Petra hold the memories of those who once lived there, a silent testament to their existence. It's almost as if you can reach out and touch it, the warmth of the stone beneath your fingers, the cool desert air against your face. Now let's take a step further back in time. Let's imagine another forgotten world, one that existed long before Petra, before even Atlantis. Imagine a time when the Earth was young, when the first civilizations were just beginning to take shape. The ancient city of Jericho, one of the oldest continually inhabited cities in the world, sits quietly in the West Bank. Jericho is a place where history seems to flow like the river that runs through it, a city that has witnessed the rise and fall of countless cultures, yet remains quietly enduring. What's fascinating about Jericho is that it's not just old, it's ancient in a way that almost feels beyond comprehension. The city's walls, dating back over 10,000 years, stand as silent sentinels, guarding the secrets of a forgotten world. These walls were once part of a settlement that predated written history, a time when people were still learning to shape the world around them. Can you imagine what life must have been like then? Before cities, before nations, before the great stories we tell today? Jericho stands as a reminder that some things last far longer than we realize. Long after the city has faded into the dust of time, the walls remain, silent witnesses to an ancient past. The heartbeat of Jericho still echoes if you listen closely enough. But these places are not just stories, not just memories of things that once were. They are part of a cycle of rise and fall, of creation and decay, of light and shadow. Perhaps the mystery of Atlantis, of Ubar, of Petra, is that they represent more than just a vanished city or a lost civilization. Perhaps they represent the timeless ebb and flow of life itself. And that brings us back to the ocean. The sea, with its great depths, has a way of hiding things. It swallows cities, it buries memories, and it carries with it the whispers of the past. But even as it conceals, it also reveals. Each wave that crashes upon the shore, each tide that rises and falls, holds a piece of the past. Atlantis, Ubar, Petra, Jericho, they are all reminders that time moves in cycles and nothing lasts forever. Now, as we sit by the quiet sea, imagining the world as it once was, let's take a moment to reflect. Perhaps, like the waves that gently kiss the shore, the stories of these lost places are not meant to be solved, but to be felt. They are reminders of our own impermanence, of the fleeting nature of our lives, but they also remind us of the beauty in the passing moments, the joy in the fleeting glimmers of light before the darkness. As you sit with this thought, let your mind wander a little deeper, drifting into the next chapter of our story. The lost worlds are waiting, the mysteries are calling, and soon we'll uncover yet another piece of this puzzle that has so captivated us for centuries. As we find ourselves here, together in this quiet moment, I invite you to take another slow, deep breath. Inhale deeply, letting your chest fill with the cool night air, and exhale, letting any lingering tension slip away like sand falling through your fingers. Feel your body soften, your mind calm, as we continue our journey through the peaceful silence of history. There is no need to hurry. This is your time. Let the world outside fade away and simply be with the story. If you find this peaceful path comforting, feel free to like and subscribe, but only if it feels right. For now, let's ease into the story again. In the previous chapters, we've wandered through the shifting sands of forgotten cities, submerged beneath the waves of time. Atlantis, Ubar, Petra. Each of them has left its mark on the pages of history, a fleeting trace of beauty and civilization, slowly reclaimed by nature. But tonight, let's explore something even quieter, something a little less obvious, the silent witnesses of history. Think for a moment about the things that endure in the background of life, not the grand monuments or the epic events, but the subtle, quiet elements that remain long after everything else fades away. Sometimes, these humble things hold the most profound secrets. One of the most beautiful and mysterious examples of this quiet endurance is the ancient city of Machu Picchu, perched high in the Andes Mountains, hidden from the world for centuries. Machu Picchu is like a whisper in the mountains, a place that seems to hold its breath, waiting for those who are ready to listen. Imagine yourself standing in the cool mountain air, surrounded by the towering peaks of the Andes. The sun is just beginning to rise, casting a soft golden glow over the stone buildings, the green terraces, the pathways that wind their way through this ancient site. The wind is gentle, the air thin and crisp, and there's a profound silence that surrounds you, broken only by the soft rustle of leaves. Machu Picchu is not just a place, it's a reminder of the quiet resilience of humanity. Lost to the outside world for centuries, the city was reclaimed by the jungle, hidden beneath a thick canopy of trees, only to be rediscovered in the early 20th century. Yet despite its abandonment, it never truly disappeared. The stones, the terraces, the steps, all of it remained, waiting patiently to be found again. The city was never forgotten by nature, just waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. Can you picture the first explorers who stumbled upon it, hidden beneath the dense overgrowth? Imagine the surprise, the wonder they must have felt, standing at the gates of a city that had been silent for so long. The ancient stones seemed to whisper their secrets, telling tales of an Incan civilization that once thrived at this very spot. But the real beauty of Machu Picchu lies not in its rediscovery, but in its quiet endurance over the centuries. Machu Picchu is a silent witness to the passage of time, much like Atlantis, much like Ubar, and much like so many other forgotten cities. It is a reminder that history is never truly lost. It simply rests, waiting to be uncovered when the world is ready. And in a sense, we are all like that. We carry with us memories, experiences, and stories, some that are loud and vibrant, and others that lie quietly, hidden beneath the surface, waiting to be rediscovered. And as we consider Machu Picchu, let's turn our thoughts to another silent witness, the Great Wall of China. Stretching across thousands of miles, the Great Wall is an extraordinary feat of engineering and determination, built to protect the ancient Chinese Empire from invaders. Yet, over time, the wall became more than just a physical barrier. It became a symbol of endurance, of the strength of human will, and of the passage of time. Walking along the Great Wall today, you can feel the weight of history. The stones, worn smooth by the touch of countless hands, tell a story of centuries, of dynasties that rose and fell, of battles fought and won, of lives lived and lost. The wall, once a formidable defense, now stands as a quiet monument to the impermanence of empires. It is no longer a place of war, but a place of reflection, of remembrance. Can you imagine what it must have been like to stand on the Great Wall during its construction? The workers, the soldiers, the architects, all focused on their task, building something that would last for centuries. And yet, despite its grandeur, the Great Wall, like all things, is slowly being reclaimed by nature. The vines, the winds, and the weather slowly erode the wall, as if time itself is gently erasing the traces of human ambition. But this quiet erosion is not a tragedy. It's a reminder that everything, no matter how solid or enduring it may seem, will eventually fade. The Great Wall, like Machu Picchu, like Atlantis, reminds us that nothing lasts forever. But that doesn't mean it's any less meaningful. In fact, it's the very impermanence of these places that makes them so powerful. Their quiet endurance, their ability to stand the test of time, is what makes them so special. Let's pause for a moment and reflect on the meaning of these silent witnesses. The ruins of a lost city, a crumbling wall, a forgotten monument, these are the things that hold the true essence of history. They are the markers of our human journey, the footprints we leave behind as we move forward through time. And even when we are gone, these silent witnesses will remain, quietly telling the stories of our existence to those who come after us. And as we reflect on these forgotten places, let's also consider something more personal. We all have our own silent witnesses, the memories we hold dear, the quiet moments that shape who we are. These may not be grand monuments or lost civilizations, but they are just as important. They are the things we carry with us, tucked away in the quiet corners of our hearts, where they remain untouched by the passing years. Now, as the night deepens and the world around you becomes even more still, let your thoughts drift gently into the next chapter of our journey. The silent witnesses of time will continue to call to us, reminding us of all that has been, all that we carry with us, and all that is yet to be discovered. As the story draws to a close, I invite you to settle even more deeply into your space, allowing the weight of the world to slip further away, leaving only the soft embrace of the present. The night is calm, the world outside is hushed, and here, in this moment, there's nothing to do but let the story be the final step in your journey to rest. Take a slow, deep breath in, and as you exhale, feel your body sink deeper into the comfort beneath you. Let the soft sounds of the world fade into the background, and just allow yourself to listen, to float along with the quiet rhythm of the story. If this journey has helped you find peace, feel free to like and subscribe, but only if it feels right, of course. There's no rush, no need for anything but this moment as we reach the final chapter of our story. Tonight, we come to the end of our exploration into lost worlds, into the legends of Atlantis, the cities swallowed by the sea, the civilizations reclaimed by the sands, the silent witnesses of time. But as we reflect on all that we've uncovered, let us remember that the story doesn't truly end here. You see, the past is always with us, flowing just beneath the surface. Like a river that never stops moving, always onward, always carrying its secrets. Perhaps that's the most beautiful part of these stories, the way they never truly vanish. Though the cities are lost and the people are gone, their stories continue to ripple through time, reaching us in ways we may not even fully understand. They are like seeds planted in the soil of history, growing quietly, waiting to be rediscovered when the time is right. Think of the river flowing slowly and steadily through the ages. It may change its course, it may erode the banks, but it never stops moving. The water is timeless, carrying with it the whispers of all that has come before. So too do the stories of lost civilizations flow through us, carried forward by the people who remember, who tell the tales, who keep the memory alive. These stories are the river's current, ever flowing, ever present, moving gently through time. Let me take you then to a quiet place by the river's edge. Picture yourself sitting in the soft grass, the cool water flowing just inches from your feet, its gentle murmur filling the air with a peaceful calm. The sun is low, casting golden light across the water, the shadows stretching long into the evening. You can hear the birds calling from the trees above, the sound of the water against the rocks beneath, and the soft rustle of leaves in the wind. The world feels still, and yet beneath that stillness, there is motion, there is life, there is flow. The river flows just as the story of Atlantis does, carrying with it the echoes of the past, the fragments of memories that, like the water, never stop moving. And as the river flows, it brings new life, new discoveries, and new understandings, just as the discovery of lost cities brings new meaning to our history. We may not always find what we expect, but the journey is always worth it, because it brings us closer to the truth of who we are, where we've come from, and what we carry forward. And so, as the story of Atlantis and the other lost worlds comes to a close, I invite you to think about your own river. What are the stories you carry with you? What are the memories, the moments, the lessons that have been passed down through time, waiting to be rediscovered? You may not always see them clearly, but they are there, beneath the surface, gently moving with you as you move through life. Like the forgotten cities, these memories may sometimes be hidden, lost beneath the current of daily life, but they are always with you, quietly shaping who you are, guiding you in ways you might not even recognize. The past is not something distant, something that can be left behind. It is part of the river that flows through you, ever present, ever moving, always shaping the present. Now, as the soft glow of evening deepens and the stars begin to twinkle faintly in the sky above, I ask you to pause for a moment. Let the current of time carry you gently forward. Let the stories of Atlantis, Ubar, Petra, Machu Picchu, and the countless other lost places rest softly in your heart, knowing that these cities, these people, these memories have shaped the world we know today. Perhaps just as the river continues to flow, the search for lost worlds will never end. There will always be places yet to be discovered, stories still waiting to be told. And with each discovery, the river of time grows deeper, richer, more beautiful. And so, we are all part of that current, whether we know it or not. As we end our journey tonight, know that these stories will continue to flow through you, just as the river carries its waters on, to the oceans, to the seas, to the endless horizon. The quiet remnants of the past will always be with us, and the stories of lost cities, civilizations, and peoples will continue to guide us as we move forward. May these memories and the calm of the river guide you gently into peaceful dreams. For in the stillness, we find the most profound truths, and with that, our journey comes to a peaceful close. May your dreams be filled with quiet reflections of ancient worlds and timeless stories. If this calm journey has helped you drift off, let me know below. Sweet dreams, and thank you for joining me on this gentle adventure. Good night, my friends.